Okay, so let's talk about Best Actor this year. There's some really tremendously talented people up for this year, and also Bradley Cooper. But who would you choose?
Well, I'm probably going with the favourite, which is Daniel Day-Lewis. There's a tendency to kind of roll your eyes a bit and say, oh, not again. Daniel Day-Lewis, he's already got 2 Best Actor Oscars. The reason why he should win a third is that this performance is so radically different from the other ones that have really brought him acclaim.
Think of all the boys who'll die if you don't make peace.
I can't end this war until we cure ourselves of slavery. This amendment is that cure.
We need 2 yeses.
Get the hell out of here and get him.
But how?
I am the President of the United States, clothed in immense power. You will procure me these votes.
It's such a small performance and so unexpectedly subdued and quiet. It's a slow burn. He kind of sits there through most of the film listening, absorbing things. And then when he does come forward in Lincoln and make his arguments, he's weighed up what everyone else is saying, and he's so commanding. In every one of those scenes, he just occupies the space and just wins over everyone.
Now, I do agree to an extent. I do think it's an incredibly meticulous and careful performance, but I just love Joaquin Phoenix's wildness in The Master. I love the feeling of danger and the feeling that when you're watching that film, you never quite know what he's going to do next. It's a really cineliterate performance as well. He's kind of riffing on perhaps old Brando or old De Niro in the same way that in that film Philip Seymour Hoffman kind of embodies Orson Welles. And it's a film about performance and about performers. And for me, Joaquin Phoenix is the absolute kind of thundering centre of that film.
Do you linger at bus stations for pleasure? Do you get muscle spasms for no reason? Do you pass failures, Bobby?
You are an everlasting spirit.
I don't believe you. Would you like to be told what to do, behavior, or rat? You find interest.
Your life has never stopped.
Easy to be fair, by envy, scientific.
It has always been.
No, you're
Are
making
you
this
usually
up.
truthful to others? Are you unpredictable?
I know you're trying to calm me down, but just say something that's true!
Every second he was on screen, I couldn't take my eyes off him. It was the way that he positioned his body, his arms kind of, stuck on at odd angles, with his hands on his hips and kind of crooked and bent over and strange. And it is much more showy than Daniel Day-Lewis, which is just a crazy thing to be saying about a Daniel Day-Lewis performance. But for me, that was the one performance this year that has been nominated that I couldn't take my eyes off for 1 second. So for me, it's got to be Joaquin.
I mean, I think Joaquin is tremendous in The Master. It's up there with his very best work. Better than he was in Walk the Line. As good as he is in James Gray's films. I think if there's one area of doubt I have is that I think for me The Master is so much of a two-hander that in fact what really compels me is his duet with Philip Seymour Hoffman and the way they both share the screen. So I think for us to single out one of those actors over the other. I mean, hopefully Philip Seymour Hoffman might win as well. That would seem a fair division of labour, but division of awards. But I think Joaquin, it really depends for his performance so much on another actor on screen. And I think, I'm not saying that Lincoln is a one-man show, because it is actually an ensemble piece a lot of the time. But I think Day-Lewis does sort of surge ahead of everyone else in that film and creates easily the most complete and rich characterisation.